Good morning. Saturday morning. Today will soon be yesterday. And tomorrow is about to be today. Everything's got a shelf life. That's why I named this Shelf Lives. The child that's born today will die at some point. Hopefully, live a long life, maturity, and old age, but death happens. It's a shelf life. The new car that you bought yesterday is going to be a wore-out old car in just a few years. Those wonderful tennis shoes that you bought to walk around and run in, brand new today, they'll be old, wore out, unless you don't wear them. The cold, nippy weather that you're feeling this morning is temporary. It's not going to last. It is going to end. Yeah, it's going to give way to a short period of time. Hot, muggy summer days right around the corner. Trip to Disney. Not going to last. You're not going to last. The grass you cut today and the hedges you trim, you have to do it again. It's not going to stay. It's going to grow. It's going to change. The flowers that bloom today are going to wilt and die tomorrow. That's life. We don't deal with this in a practical way, do we? We don't like to think about those realities, do we? But if we did, on a daily basis, if we allowed ourselves to give recognition to shelf life, wouldn't it change our priorities? Wouldn't the moments take on new meaning? Wouldn't our endeavors change? The political world, the upheaval that's taking place right now, to end. If nothing else, the people that are angered and the people that are marching and the people that are protesting and the people that are rioting, they're going to get old, they're going to die. This is going to change. The United States held this grudge against Cuba, Castro, for decades and decades and decades. Castro outlived American presidents, one after the other, after the other, after the other. Then finally, Castro came to his own end. The wall that was built 1,000 years ago no longer stands, no longer has meaning. The climate changed. The needs changed. The sentiments changed. The enemy you had yesterday could be the friend you have tomorrow. Changes. I often say I've been alive since Eisenhower was president. People are all bent. This, that, we got a hope to stole the election. Really? So what's the difference? A man serving in the White House has 4 years or 8 years. It's going to end. If you don't end in 4, it's going to end in 8. It don't continue perpetually. Death is the one perpetual thing. Perpetual care in a cemetery, a graveyard, and even that. Even the remains change. Even the graveyard changes. Leave it unattended and nature takes it back over. It all changes. It all comes to an end. Recognition of these shelf lives can bring balance into one's life. It can bring peace into one's life because all of a sudden, what's important is the moment. What's important is right now because right now is fleeting very much. Just 5 minutes ago, I opened this little live stream up with some words, and those words are now history. That quick, it's fleeting, it's gone. We created this thing called time because we want to track this stuff. Oh, that happened in 1510, we're able to say. We can file it. We got these files and filing cabinets, and this happened in the 6th century, and within that 6th century, we've got these files, individual files. What took place, we break it down into years, decades, years, months, weeks, days, and hours, seconds. It all becomes history. You go to an old cemetery, which I've always enjoyed seeing, not just the historical benefit of reading tombstones, the interesting part of that, but these people walk this earth just like you. And they reached their expiration date. Because we all have an expiration date. Most of us don't have a clue when that expiration date is. We have statistically the averages. But it's just like milk. Milk can have a refrigerated expiration date, but leave it out in the hot sun and it's going to expire a lot quicker. To reach the maximum expiration date, we have to give care and concern. And sometimes even the most care and concern we give to something that can still expire early. We have refrigeration devices so we can keep that milk in a cooler to keep it at the right temperature to get that expiration date. Statistically, with the averages, the maximum we can get out of it. But then something happens, and there's a power outage, and we can't preserve, the milk expires early. We have limited control over everything. We do the best we can. We're as thoughtful as we can be. It's not possible to prepare for every possible thing that could come up in life. We've got thousands of years of history to see the possibilities, and here we are. 2020 brought about a pandemic that changed the way we conduct business overall. Cost working up to 500,000 people, 300 and some thousand in this country alone. So 2 million around the world, I understand. That 2019 never heard of COVID-19. It's always a possibility, isn't it? Limited things happen. Years ago, in the early part of the 20th century, in Silicon, Alabama, a lady's laying in her bed. And from outer space comes this meteorite, crashes through her house, hits her. Fortunately, not striking her in a way to kill her, bruised her severely. Who could predict that? Who could protect themselves from that possibility? But it happens. The meteorite had a shelf life as it floated around and went out into space. Came crashing down. Everything has a shelf life. Everything. You have to get oil changed in your car. You have to get new tires for your car. Maintenance is required. Windshield wipers. It's got a shelf life. Everything has a shelf life. What's new today is old tomorrow. Today will soon be yesterday. Tomorrow will soon be today. there'll be a new tomorrow that we're talking about. You can live your life with hatred. You can live your life with greed. You can be consumed by all these moments. You can live in fear. That's shelf life. You can live in fear of your expiration date. It's going to come. That date's going to come. Can't stop it. Not to stop. Pastor Leon looked for the fountain of youth. Didn't find it. He's dead. Some people have their bodies frozen open, but it's not going to work. We can't do it. We've revived people that's been out for a short period of time, but that's not always successful either. Stay focused in the moment. Don't live in yesterday. Can't change it. Don't let hate consume your life. You're gaining nothing. Make the day better. Make the moment better. It's the best we can do, folks. That's the honest to God best we can do. Making America great again, that was what got Trump 4 years in the White House. Study history, it was never great. We can't go back in time. It's not going to happen. Today's world's different than yesterday's world. It's a different set of people. It's a different set of issues. And it's going to revolve. There's no doubt about that. Relax. Enjoy the moments. They'll soon be gone because everything has a shelf life. Peace.